Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Blackford Sports Network, home of your Blackford Bruins. The JV just beat Oak Hill in what was a very long game, it seemed like. It seemed like it just went on and on and on. A lot of fouls, a lot of crazy calls, a lot of crazy things that happened. But the JV actually able to pull it off. A technical foul was given to the Oak Hill coach late in the game. But a couple things before we get on. Amanda just asked me to announce that the 7th and 8th grade will be playing at Knightstown at the Hoosier Gym this Sunday. That's the 16th of February against Logansport. 7th grade starts at 11, and 8th grade will follow shortly after. And they would love to get a lot of people down there to show their support for our junior high Bruins. Now, with that said, usually we have Cody and Grant here to help me with the announcing. However, Cody got caught up in the whole Valentine's Day, and Grant, he said he was going to be here, but he probably wouldn't be able to broadcast, so he's not here as well. So back with me by popular demand is Chris Landis. How you doing, Chris?
Good. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing really well.
Good.
So we just watched that crazy JV game, and did I describe it right? Is it just crazy events?
Crazy, drug out. I think it's like Saturday afternoon, and we just got finished with the JV game. A lot of, Oak Hill got off to a great start. They had a young man named Matthew Strange, a 5'8" freshman guard, that hit his first three-pointers and put Oak Hill up 9-2. But Dane Baker decided he was going to match him, and he hit 8 out of 12 in the first half.
That was insane. And he didn't really have much in the second half. That was all in the first half.
Right. He went crazy there in the first half. Actually, Blackford scored 21 points in the second quarter, and a lot of it was Dane from deep. And Blackford led 31-23 at halftime. Pretty much the same in the third quarter. It was 46-34 at the end of the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, it got a little crazy. Blackford was ahead by, I want to say they hit 3 free throws. So it's 56-49 with 1:49 to go. They get the 1-and-1. Landon Grimes hits both free throws. The technical, we hit 1 out of 2 free throws. So we're up 59-49. And the next thing you know, it was 62-59. And it was a 3-point game, a one-possession game. And Dawson Hunley went off in the fourth quarter, had 9 points all in the fourth quarter. He was 5 for 5 from the foul line. And between him and Dayton Hoover hitting both of his free throws, they put the game away, and Blackford wins 67-60.
And just an absolutely crazy game. But that obviously we're here to show those games, but we're here now to talk about varsity. So I know we at Blackford Sports Network have one of our favorite Oak Hill players, Clay McCorkle. Great kid. We actually got to do an interview with him last year, and he was a good sport about it. I've talked to his dad a couple of times after that, and we just love that Clay is doing well. He should get a start tonight, if I'm not mistaken. He is their point guard.
Correct.
But what kind of stats do we have from this team?
Well, first of all, I'll touch on something I told you earlier, and I'll let you go ahead and talk about the shoe for a minute, and then I'll jump in here.
The shoe?
The horseshoe.
Oh, yeah. So Blackford has not had the horseshoe. Not since I've been around. I can't remember it. But tonight, the horseshoe is up for grabs. It's the CIC horseshoe. Same thing with the girls. The girls have the bell. The football team has the milk jug or the keg or something like
milk
that.
Milk can, yep.
Yeah, the milk can. So tonight, the Bruins have the chance of bringing home that horseshoe for the first time since I've been watching them play basketball.
And in one of the things I told you, Blackford could do a first tonight. They are 0-6 here at Oak Hill. They have never won in Oak Hill's gym. They're 2-5 at Blackford, and actually last year ended a 5-year losing streak against Oak Hill. They defeated them. Wait a minute. I'm going to read the one off.
Well, that was a very young Oak Hill team while you're looking for that. McCorkle was a freshman, and they were just coming over to Blackford to scout before they had to come and play them. So.
Yeah, Blackford won last year 76-53, and it ended a 5-year drought that Oak Hill had actually averaged beating Blackford by 41.5 points over that 5 years.
Goodness.
They held them to 13 points in 15-16 in a 74-13 win. And the year before Blackford got their win, they beat Blackford 94-33 in 2017-18. Blackford's previous win was under Dave Marshall, back in the 12-13 season when Blackford defeated Oak Hill at home 59-53 in overtime.
And that was at our home.
That was at Blackford. So this gives them an opportunity to get their first win ever at Oak Hill.
Wow.
Oak Hill comes in at 10-7. They're under Kevin Rinbarger, who's in his 15th year. His record's 220 and 121. They're coming off a 68-58 win over Lewis Cass, where their leading scorer, Taj Johnson, I'm going to say that wrong probably 10 times, had 21. Cody Dubois had 12. Peterson had 10, and McKinney and McCorkle both had 9. So very balanced scoring, which when I get to the averages in a minute, you'll hear that as well. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. Their only loss during that time came at Lapel by a 49-48 score. Offense averages 54.8 points. Defensive average, like I told you, similar to Northwestern, they come in with a defensive average of 49.2. Rinbarger's led Oak Hill to a state championship in 17-18, and they've won the sectional 4 of the last 5 years. They joined the CIC in 2006, 2007, so that's why the limited number of meetings between the two teams. Blackford coming off the big win at Northwestern, 75-65. And Northwestern, that was only their second loss at home all year. Coach Hoover's in his 3rd year. He's 44-20. Blackford has a 77.9 offensive average, which is first in the CIC, and a defensive average of 63.1. Blackford has won 5 of 6, with their only loss being that 70-68 loss to Andrean. Currently, right now, that everybody should be paying attention to, Miss Sinowal 5-0 and 13-3, Blackford 5-1, 13-5, and Oak Hill 4-1 and 10-7 in the conference. Miss Sinowal is at Frankton tonight. That is best chance probably for Blackford to have a chance to win tonight and tie for the conference. This is it for Blackford in the conference. The only other game Miss Sinowal has left is at home against Eastbrook, who right now is still looking for their first win, and that is a week from tonight. As far as statistics, team statistics, Oak Hill is shooting 51% from the field, 33% from three-point range. And to give you an example here, Blackford is 38%. Blackford has hit 180 out of 474 three-point attempts. Oak Hill is not outside that much. They're 68 for 203. Ooh. So they've only taken about 40% of the number of threes that Blackford has taken. Now, big key as far as I'm concerned tonight in the game, Blackford shooting 71% from the foul line. Oak Hill is 119 for 224. They are only shooting 53%. They have had 7 games where they've shot over 60%. Their best game was they hit 13 out of 14 against Alexandria. They have had 9 games where they have not even hit 50% from the line.
Was that game at Alexandria? Do you know?
That's 13 out of 14 probably.
I don't know what it is about Alexandria, but they always seem to have high-scoring games at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they have magnets in their balls that make them want to go in the hoop. I don't know.
Yeah. As far as players for Oak Hill, Johnson is a 6-foot guard, I believe, for Oak Hill, and he is a leading scorer. He's getting 14 points a game, 4.1 rebounds. shoots 67% from the field. The two leading scorers are combined 1 for 1 from three-point range, and he's hit the one, and he's 25 of 44 from the foul line for 57%. Tristan Hayes is a 6'5 junior, averaging 11.1 points, 6.2 rebounds. He is shooting 64% from the field, but again, he's 45 for 90 from the foul line, only 50%. McCorkle is averaging 8.7 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. He is shooting 86% from the foul line and 44% from the field, 32% from three-point range. And then we have senior Cody DuBois, who's averaging 7.5 points.
Oh.
Sorry.
You looking for a used car at an affordable price? Call Dave Montgomery at Dave's Car Corner. He has the nicest used cars on the market, and you just can't beat the friendly service that Dave Montgomery provides. Located at 1225 North Walnut Street in Hartford City.
Apologize for that. I didn't even know that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I didn't either. Before you go on, looks like
fine.
we have over 50 at the AmVets for a watch party tonight.
Awesome.
Oh, man, that's not what I wanted to do.
Glad to hear that, and welcome to all you out the MVets. Anyway,
sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I think some keys to the game, obviously, is how's Blackford going to defend the 6'5 guy that is one of Oak Hill's leaders. A big factor later in the game could very well be let's send Oak Hill to the foul line because they're not very good from there. And one thing I did find out today is Luke, first in the state, 33.1 points, first in the state at 8.1 assists, and also his 89% free throw percentage is also number one in the state. His point total is now at 18-17, and Brandon Sturble sits at 935 career points. So talking to Mr. Ugan earlier this week, very well could have a 2,000-point and 1,000-point score
before the end of the season.
Before the end of the year. So
some of our fans already talking about officiating here tonight. It looks like it's a young officiating crew. So
I recognize two of the three. The youngest guy there with the dark hair and the mustache, he is the only one I don't recognize. The other two,
I don't see the other one now.
He's over here at the table probably. He's probably the head official.
Oh, okay.
He's experienced, and I believe he's from around Indianapolis, and I believe so is the guy on the right side of our view here. I believe they're both from that direction.
Right on. And somebody was wanting to know, is it a full house crowd tonight?
No.
On one side.
Yeah, on one side.
It definitely is.
On Blackford side, on Oak Hill side?
Oak Hill side there's a lot of bleachers to be seen. And on the Blackford side, in the lower level where both teams sit, you could see a definite split right down the middle of red shirts and navy blue shirts. And it looks like that part of the bleachers is packed. Up here where we are, it's busy up here.
Yeah.
A lot more than what's on the other side of the court.
Absolutely. And going back, I think another key we saw during the JV game, Oak Hill put some pressure on the JV team, and Blackford's JV made 10 turnovers out of 21 in the fourth quarter. And Oak Hill only had 14 turnovers for the game, and I think how we handle pressure although Northwestern tried it, and
Right.
And I think as long as we keep our composure, they'll be fine. But that could be another key. Renbarger's a good coach, so they'll be ready.
Somebody's already questioning some of your stats.
Okay.
He says he has Luke third in assists in the state.
Well, it could have been updated from when I pulled it up this morning, but as of this morning, he was still listed at the top. It just depends when coaches and teams and statisticians put their stuff in there that could have changed.
That's true. All right, Trevor, where did you get your information?
Trevor Camp, that figures. I'm just kidding you, Trevor. It's good to hear from you on there.
Did you get yours from Max Preps?
Yes.
Oh.
But I think it'll be a good game. Should be a good game. Similar gym setup as we had the other night. People sitting on the end. Another big road game. They still got to go to Wabash, which will be another test for them here down the road. And getting ready for the sectional. Looking at the sectional field, and the draw is not this Sunday. Tipton is 14-4. And beyond that, Madison Grant's 500 at 8-8. Sheridan's 5-13. Taylor's 1-13, and Eastbrook is 0-16. So, I did my research early this morning, so that's when I pulled stuff up. And if people have updated, that could have changed very easily. So, people put their stats in at different times, and like I've told you before, some don't put them in at all. So,
right, absolutely.
And I think.
So I was just told that the Oak Hill girls head coach retired today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now I had heard that he was supposed to retire last year.
Was that Todd Law?
I
just remember him from when our school played them in the regional girls basketball.
I have no idea.
Okay.
He's a pretty tall guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He played. I think he played at Taylor.
Probably. Okay, so I'm looking up these scoring stat leaders, and Luke Brown is number one.
Okay.
And what one was it that he said?
Assist.
I
think he's still getting 8.1 last time I looked those up.
And Luke Brown. Oh, wait a second. No, he is number 3.
Okay. Kudos, Trevor, for paying attention there.
Yep.
Yeah, Todd Law, I've got a confirmation it was Todd Law. Todd Law has been a great coach here for a long time, and exceptional job with the girls program here. If you look to our left, we saw that they had a Miss Basketball. They've had several good teams recently. Yes. So congratulations on your retirement, Todd.
Yep, absolutely. Blackford gets the tip, even though Mrs. Cinewall technically got it, I guess.
Brandon Strobel miss on the 3. Dalton Willman with the rebound.
Jerty already in the house checking out this game. All right, so Strobel drives the baseline, kicks it back out to Brown. Brown's going to pull it back out into the corner. It looks like they're pulling a double team on him again.
Okay,
kicks it over to Strobel. Strobel drives the baseline up against the 6'5" and doesn't get it to go.
Nobody's going to get a foul, and if that's on 43, that's a good thing for Blackford.
I didn't see who it was on, but
it was on, 43, the big guy.
And Strobel's going to go to the line.
Oh, excuse me. They have Ryan Peterson, 6'7" there, so they've got 2 big guys.
I was going to say, they got 2 guys that look really
6'7",
tall.
6'5". That's going to be a challenge for Blackford.
43, 6'7". And Strobel misses the second one.
Yes.
Rebound goes to number 43. And now Oak Hill gets it over into the corner. A 3, no good. Rebound by the big guy, up and in for 2.
And that's Hayes that we talked about earlier that is the second leading scorer.
Brown over to Strobel for 3, no good. Rebound goes to Brown, steps back, shoots good. And now McCorkle bringing the ball over to the timeline. He kicks it over to the far side, back to McCorkle. And the big guy just now slowly strolling his way in. He's got the ball now at the top. Gets it down to McCorkle. McCorkle down on the block. He walks it right back out on the near side. And that's Elam who has the defense. He takes it all the way back to the other side. He gets it down to the big guy who's at the top of the key over on the far side. Back down onto the block, and Wars trying to play defense, puts his body into it, gets him to miss, and now Brown with the ball. Brown still double team, gets it over to Strobel, baseline, kicks it out to Wars, 3, in and out, no good, but Elam gets the rebound.
Oh, and he's blocked.
And Elam does get blocked. Blackford ball out of bounds. That's got to be the 6'7", 43.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That dude is big.
No. 43 is 6. Yeah, he's 6'7". The other ones. Yep, you're right.
They get the ball inbound to Brown. Brown walks it back out. He's again with the double team. They get it over to Elam, drives baseline, kicked.
Yep, that went in.
So it looks like the Eagles are just going to make Blackford beat them with everybody but Brown.
They're going to have to go to the basket, and with two big guys in the middle, it's going to be tough getting in that paint.
Yes. And the ball was kicked out of bounds again. They get it over to Strobel. Strobel drives in.
Oh.
He's going to get fouled. He's going to go to the line shooting 2, and that's going to be on number 21.
That's Johnson. That's their leading scorer. So good drive by Brandon there. They left the lane wide open after I just said those guys were going to pack it in there. Both of them were going, and Brandon got an open look. Brandon hits the first of 2.
You know, it's I don't know where you grow these kids at and he hits both of them. Their state championship team, they had like all 5 of them. Wow, they missed the over and back.
Well,
McCorkle for 2, rebound to Cam Elam. Cam gives it up to Brown. Brown's bringing it across the timeline, again with the double team. And they don't want to give him much of any room. He gets it over to Wars. Wars doesn't know what to do with it, gives it back to Brown. Brown steps onto the far side, gets it over to Strobel for 3, and that one is nothing but net.
And that's Luke Brown's first assist of the night as well.
And now the far side back to McCorkle. McCorkle slowing it down, trying to set something up.
I think on that over and back, they just wanted to know if they could have a do-over.
Right. And that ball, no good, out of bounds on. Oh, the fans not happy, and they do call the tip. They do call the tip, Blackford ball. And now it looks like Oak Hill, the Eagles, are going to run the full court press. They get the ball into Strobel.
They're going to put it on a little earlier than the JV did.
You're right. Browns to Elam. No. Oh. That's going to go out of bounds on Oak Hill. Blackford ball.
Getting some open looks for Strobel and Elam right now. We just got to knock them down.
Yes, they are. And now Elam to inbound the ball. Nobody to give it to. Better get it in now.
What'd they call? Oh, I think they're going to get a warning on Oak Hill for getting too close to him.
And they do. A baseline violation, as Ed Thurman just said.
Yep.
So now Elam's going to get a second chance here at 5 seconds. He gets the ball into Brown. Brown steps, 3. Ooh, well off the mark. Out of bounds off of Dalton Willman. Boy, you don't see that very often.
No, and I don't know if I'd want to taunt the leading scorer in the state by yelling air ball.
Yeah, probably not, but they did it anyway. McCorkle slowly bringing the ball up the court. He just now crosses the timeline. He looked like he was going to set for a 3, but doesn't. They give it to their tall guy out on the top of the arc.
What?
And what do we have here? A foul on Wars, it looks like. 35, it is Wars' first foul. And now they're going to have to take the ball out on the baseline.
I wasn't sure what they were calling there, actually.
Not real sure. McCorkle gets the ball inbound. They had 3 Oak Hill players all around the same area. And now they get the ball back in McCorkle's hand. He steps out around the left side of the O. Setting up, calling a play. Gets it over to, you said his name was Johnson?
Yep.
And now we've got a foul on 45, offensive. No, 43. That's number 2 for him.
That's number 2 on the 6'7" center, Ryan Peterson.
And he is going to come out of the game right now.
And Peterson's he's only averaging 4.1 points and 3.5 rebounds, but he is averaging almost 2 blocks a game. So.
Oh, wow. That one goes right back out of bounds. That's where the bounce pass kind of comes into play and helps out. They get the ball inbound to Strobel. Strobel being double-teamed. Now Willman. Willman to Brown. Brown's going to run it up the court, cross the timeline, gets it over to Elam. Elam in the corner, gets it back to Brown. Brown drives in. Off the glass, no good, no foul. Rebound goes to Oak Hill. McCorkle brings the ball up quick, gets it over to the far side for 3, and it's good. Brown inbounds the ball to Strobel. Strobel tries drive and stops. And now they get it over to Brown across the timeline. Brown is going to get fouled by number 13. A very physical game so far by Oak Hill. They just pick up their, should it be their 4th? That is their 4th foul, 4th team foul. And now Brown with the ball. Again with the double team all the way over to Wars for 3. No good. Rebound by the big guy. McCorkle bringing the ball up. He drives it all the way down. Gives it to their number 1 leading scorer. He misses the first time. Gets his own rebound. Puts it right back in. And now Willman to inbound to Brown. Brown back to Willman. Don't just stand there. Willman gets it over to Strobel, who brings it across the timeline. Gives it over to Wars to Strobel, and the bucket with the foul.
I think right now, watching Oak Hills, their weak side help is not great because right there, Elam was cutting to the basket in the paint, also wide open, so he had his choice. So as long as they keep their eyes open and lots of ball movement tonight, they ought to be in good shape.
Strobel been to the line 3 times already in this game. A 3 by Oak Hills, no good. Rebound by Strobel. Strobel gives it up to Brown, who brings it across the timeline. And now, again, the double team. And Brown for 3, drains it. Nothing but net. The Bruins start off with a 14-7 lead here early on. McCorkle travels before he's able to get that one down. And number 15 comes in for Oak Hill.
15 is Landon Beagle, and I'm not sure, but I think he might be the son of Ryan Beagle, who's a former teacher and coach from Blackford.
Oh, wow, nice. And so it looks like Oak Hill has done away with the press, and Strobel for 3.
Yep.
That one should be out of bounds as it hits the top of the backboard. And man, if you're going to have an exciting game start off, this is definitely it. Good defense, good offense by both teams. A great pass by McCorkle for 2.
That was Johnson, who was wide open under the basket.
Brown gets the ball across the timeline. He only had one person guarding him. He shoots the 3, and again, nothing but net.
He shot that from Upland.
Yes, from Sweetser. Sweetser's farther away than Swayze.
So the lead went from 9-2 to 9-7, and now Blackford's up by 8 again.
Very exciting game. All right, their leading scorer. Who's that, Johnson, you said?
Yes.
McCorkle for 3. That one's good.
And I'll say right now, looking at Oak Hill's averages, this is not a pace that they want to be fast, and it's right now I'd say the pace of this game
Strobel
is
for 3. Good.
Definitely to Blackford's advantage.
And the Eagles call their first time out of the game. And we are going to call a quick one as well, a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back 20-12.
Town Acres Church of Christ in Muncie, a friendly congregation striving for biblical truth. Only 20 minutes south of Hartford City on Reagan Road, just west of the Muncie Bypass. Town Acres has classes for all, loves visitors, and works to embody the first century church. Sunday Bible study at 9:30 a.m., worship at 10:30 and 1:30. Visit us on the web at townacreschurchofchrist.org. No one is a stranger at Town Acres Church of Christ.
All right, they just got their first buzzer. 1:43 left to go in the first quarter.
And I'm going to agree with Grant Banner's comment here. It doesn't do any good to double team him if you're going to let him take the shot from out there because, let's face it, he crosses midcourt, he's in range.
That is very much the truth. 20-12 the score. McCorkle brings the ball across the half-court line. Gives it over. You said Johnson, right?
Yeah, Johnson's 21. Yeah.
Back to McCorkle. Down under low. Well, that was a late whistle.
Yeah, it was, and I'm not sure I saw the foul there, but
I didn't either. And they're calling it on Luke Brown.
So that was Hayes, number 45, the 6'5 junior.
Was Luke even near it? Didn't remember seeing it.
I don't
he
know why
misses the extra point.
Yeah, I don't know why he would have been under the basket.
And now Brown across the timeline. They're back to the double team. He steps back, pulls forward again, gets within one, and now they've just got a man. Oh, and Elam for three, misses, but Brown with the rebound gives it to Strobel, who misses. And I think they're going to have.
I think that's on Wars.
And it is. That one looked like, to me, it could have been on Oak Hill as well because he pushed as he got the ball.
Yep, that's 2 on Wars. That's going to bring in Stephen Hoover.
Wars gets to have a seat. He'll probably stay out for quite a while.
Stephen's physical play might not hurt tonight down underneath with that kind of size.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Oak Hill's McCorkle with the ball. He gets it over to the big guy. Get it down on the paint, in the paint, off the glass for 2. And Oak Hill has cut it to within 4 now.
That was Landon Beagle.
And Brown with the ball on the near side, steps over to the top of the key. Back over, shoots for 3. Good. Wow. Wow.
Glad to see he brought that shot from Northwestern. 3 for 5 from three-point range and 9 points out, actually 11 points out of the gate.
Right. And now the big guy at the top of the free throw line gets it down
nice
low, but Brown
defense.
sticks out of hand and gets it. He's going to take this one. Oh, and it gets kicked all the way out of bounds.
That was nice defense by Luke, and sometimes he doesn't get enough credit for his defense because he really did a pretty good job on Parker the other night at Northwestern.
Yes, he did. Brown fakes the 3. Oh, nope, he shoots it, lets it go, and it's good.
And
wow, man.
Luke placed his order from Ivanhoe's and hit the 3 on the way, right? Holy cow, that's
And now the time running out, and they get a last-second 3. It is no good, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Blackford leading 26-16, and we'll be right back.
An insurance claim suffered to your home or business and not quite sure if you're getting the settlement you deserve? If so, contact Jeremy and the team of CMA Claim Management Adjusters for a free claim consultation. Nationally recognized as one of the nation's most respected public adjusting firms, CMA handles all types of insurance claims: fire, theft, hail, flood, and many more. Large or small, we settle them all, ensuring you get everything you're entitled to. Contact CMA today for a free consultation at 844-CMA-9110 or visit their website at www.claimmanagementadjusters.com.
This second quarter brought to you by Town Acres Church of Christ, located at 2411 East Riggin Road in Muncie, Indiana. Check them out online at townacreschurchofchrist.org.
Well, the first quarter stats, Oak Hill's 3 for 6 from 2-point range, 2 for 5 from 3, so they're 5 for 11, close to 50%. Missed their only free throw attempt. 3 turnovers, 5 rebounds. Blackford, this is very telling for Oak Hill's defense. 6 for 15 from 3-point range and only 2 for 4 from 2-point range.
That's Oak Hill?
That's us.
Oh, that's us?
Yes.
Oak Hill gets it down into the paint. Good for 2.
So 6 for 15 from 3-point range in the first quarter. Luke is 4 for 5.
Not too bad. They get it down to Elam. Elam back to Brown. He shoots at 3. He misses. Rebound goes to Oak Hill. Oh, and Brown's going to get the ball back. Takes it up off the glass for 2. I don't think it's a good idea when he misses because he just doesn't let it go.
Well, and the taunting, I said I don't think I'd taunt the state's leading scorer, and he's off to a
it seems like they've quieted that down.
Yeah, 16 points later.
and Oak Hill gets it down low. The fans wanting a travel call. They don't get it. Timeout by Blackford. I think I gave the last one to Blackford, and it should have went to Oak Hill, right?
Yeah, it looks like we've each taken
No.
one now.
Is it? Yeah.
4 piece.
So we're going to keep it right here with 7:01 to go. The Bruins, or the Oak Hill Eagles, have cut the lead down to 8, 20-8 Blackford's favor.
And Hayes has 8 points for Oak Hill. He's the 6'5 senior we talked about. He's 4 for 6 from the field, 0 for 1 from the foul line. And obviously, we've got Luke with 16 and Strobel with 12 already. All 28 points coming from those two. So we do need to get Elam hitting. We got to get Dalton involved and Moore's back involved.
Exactly.
And Stephen, if we can get the ball inside to him, just spread the ball around a little bit here.
And it looked to me like Brown was the one that called that last time out. Yep.
Hey, he must have saw something that
fans are shaking their head in front of us saying,
Yeah.
yep, that is correct. Now Strobel with the ball. Oh, he's picked up his dribble, but he gets it over to Elam. Elam to Brown. Brown gets it down to Willman for 2.
Assist number 3 for Brown.
And then McCorkle with the ball at about the volleyball line on the far side. He hands it off to number 13, who kicks it over to the big guy, back to 15. Looks like they're trying to work that baseline, but Blackford's cutting it off. McCorkle drives in. A 12-footer is good. And Brown with the ball, as usual. Gets it across half court. Drives over. Looked like he wanted to stop for that 3, but sees the lane is wide open and takes the easy bucket. McCorkle's bringing the ball. He's again right there at that volleyball line. Passes, it is. Luke Brown guarding the big guy. And they are going to call a foul on him on that one.
That's going to be 2.
Yep. He had both hands wrapped around him.
He had his hips. Yep. He had both hands on his hips. That's team foul number 4, and Luke and Wars both have 2 apiece for the Bruins.
And I think Luke is trying to convince the official that the big guy was wrapping his hand around Luke. And McCorkle struggling to get the ball inbound. He does, though. They get it over. Oh, the 6'7 kid is back in the game. He's going to pick up his first rebound off the glass. No good. The other big guy, still no good. Turn around, and it's good for 2. We've got some fans just down from us that are yelling and screaming, not sure what's going on. All right, Luke Brown with the ball. Dalton Willman trying to set the screen. But now he comes off of it, and so does their player, Strobel. No good.
Oh. Hoover, he kind of got under Hoover a little bit there when Hoover went for the rebound, and Stephen.
No, they're going to call him for the foul.
Yeah.
The Blackford fans not happy.
A lot of times the second one gets caught, and right there he made that way too obvious, putting both hands on the kid and pushing him.
Right. So that's his first foul of the game with 5:10 remaining. Oak Hill with the ball. Blackford with an 8-point lead. Ball back out to the top. Oh, and Stephen comes right out to the big guy and says, nope, you're not getting an easy pass. That ball goes through the legs. He gets it, saves it, inbounds. Don't lose track of him. And now Hoover gets the steal. Nope. Oak Hill gets it back.
And Dalton with the foul. That's Dalton's first, team 5th. And it's going to send Oak Hill's leading scorer, Johnson, to the line.
Luke's still trying to get the officials to call that hooking that he is saying they're all doing. All right, number 25 coming into the game now. The second of 2 is up, and it is good. 26-32, Oak Hill cuts it down to 6 now with 4:40 to go in the first half, which, by the way, there we go. Brown drives in, kicks it out to Hoover for 3, well off the mark. Rebound goes to Willman. Willman out to Strobel. Strobel tries to drive in. He kicks it out. And it looks like we're going to have a foul on number 11, Clay McCorkle.
And that would be McCorkle's first.
Your point guard usually doesn't foul much. Hoover to inbound. Struggling to find somebody. The fadeaway misses.
Good
and
hustle.
Elam gets it off.
Good
Elam
hustle.
saves it. Throws it off at number 43. Blackford ball on the near side.
That was one of those hustle plays that you need.
Exactly. And now Brown calling for Willman. And they bring out the double team. Brown drives in, misses the short jumper. Hoover gets the ball.
There's bodies everywhere.
And it looks like 43 is going to pick up his third foul.
Oh. Now they're changing it. They're calling that on Blackford. Now we're going to flip our coin during discussion time, but I didn't see that. I don't know how that can be. They called an offensive foul.
On Dalton Willman.
And that will be Willman's second.
Well,
that changed real quick.
I didn't even. With the clock ticking down to 4 minutes, McCorkle brings the ball across the midcourt line.
10-point lead is down to 6. Ooh.
Hey. Elam gets a tip on it. But
yeah. Is that McCorkle?
Very
Short.
physical game underneath with
45,
no calls.
43 gets the back in. That's Peterson.
And Blackford hasn't hit a shot here
It's been
in
a while.
quite a while. Brown for 3, and that one is good. Just when you think.
He was just too close earlier. Those 2-pointers.
McCorkle gets it over for 3, good.
That was Dubois on the 3.
And now the clock inching closer to 3 minutes as Brown drives to the far side. Kicks it back over to Strobel. Strobel's going to drive in, and McCorkle is going to pick up his second foul.
Correct.
And it looks like number 45 wanting to come back into the game, as well as Wars. Wars coming in for Willman. And Strobel's going to go to the line shooting 1-1 as both teams already in bonus. A couple players on the court right now in foul trouble. For Blackford, it's Willman and, or not Willman, it's Wars and Brown.
And Willman. They each have 2 apiece.
Well, Willman just came off.
Okay.
And and he hits both of them. McCorkle with 2, and whoever it was, they took him out too. So
Strobel 6 for 7 now from the foul line.
Strobel doing a really good job tonight, stepping up. And now Oak Hill moving the ball ever so slowly around the
Ooh, he wanted to travel.
Yeah, they had an opportunity to trap him, but they didn't take it. McCorkle still moving the ball real slow. Trying to create space.
Nice defense by Wars, but he still hit it. That's
Blackford
Hayes.
only leading by 4 now. Brown drives in. No good. Rebound goes to Oak Hill. There's like 4 of them sitting there in the same spot. They get the ball down to Johnson. Johnson's going to hit an easy bucket. Now they've cut it to 2. And if you're Blackford, you've got to be kicking yourself right now because you've let Oak Hill come back in this game.
Yeah, that 10-point lead, and it's actually been with just some 2-point shots just coming up short.
Playing really good defense and stopping Blackford from scoring and hitting easy buckets themselves, creating space. And Brown with the ball, under 2 minutes to play. Steps back out to the timeline into his little corner. Gets it over to Wars. Wars drives in.
Finish
good.
Good shot.
McCorkle bringing the ball over. Steps, drives, stops, kicks it out for 3, and that's good. So for a team that hasn't really done much in 3 land,
that's Dubois' third.
They've got a couple of them. Wars now for 3, and he hits it.
And assist number 4 for Luke Brown.
McCorkle driving, stepping back now. Looking back at his coach, waiting to get the play. He kicks it over to number 13, who's been on fire. You said that was Du Bois.
Yep.
He kicks it back out to McCorkle, and McCorkle slowing it down under a minute to play. And Stephen Hoover playing defense. The little short jumper off the glass for 2. And it looks like we're going to go into halftime with a closer game than what it should be. Brown looking across the field. The time down to about 20 seconds. Brown with the ball again. Dribbles in, he does get it stripped right out of from him. He falls down, and they tie it up with that one. And now Brown looks very upset.
That was Blackford's first turnover of the half.
Strobel's going to shoot the last shot. He gets blocked, and that's going to do it for the half.
We're the American Veterans, or AMVETS. Our mission is to help all veterans secure the benefits they're entitled to as part of their enlistment. If you're a veteran and have never registered with the VA, contact us to discover all the benefits you may be entitled to. Our service officers are local in VA hospitals in Fort Wayne, Marion, and Indianapolis. They're certified to file a VA claim for you and see it through at no charge to you. Contact AMVETS at the number listed below.
Are you suffering from neck, back, or joint pain? Clear Choice Chiropractic can help. From neck pain, migraines, stress, or a colicky baby, Clear Choice Chiropractic has the tools necessary to help you live pain-free. Call Dr. Malia Robertson today at 765-329-5044 and schedule an appointment. Don't live another day in pain. Call now, 765-329-5044, or stop in and visit them at 1501 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Do you have an insurance claim suffered to your home or business and not quite sure if you're getting the settlement you deserve? If so, contact Jeremy and the team of CMA Claim Management Adjusters for a free claim consultation. Nationally recognized as one of the nation's most respected public adjusting firms, CMA handles all types of insurance claims: fire, theft, hail, flood, and many more. Large or small, we settle them all, ensuring you get everything you're entitled to. Contact CMA today for a free consultation at 844-CMA-9110 or visit their website at www.claimmanagementadjusters.com. Are you looking for a used car at an affordable price? Call Dave Montgomery at Dave's Car Corner. He has the nicest used cars on the market, and you just can't beat the friendly service that Dave Montgomery provides. Located at 1225 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Huggins Auto Sales and Service with Scott Confer and crew have over 85 years of experience in the auto sales and service area. Since 1946, Huggins has been a name you can trust to get you the car or truck you need and providing you with all of your service department needs from their highly trained ASE master technicians. Located at 2603 North Walnut Street in Hartford City, or you can see their inventory at hugginsshowroom.com.
Town Acres Church of Christ in Muncie, a friendly congregation striving for biblical truth. Only 20 minutes south of Hartford City on Reagan Road, just west of the Muncie Bypass. Town Acres has classes for all, loves visitors, and works to embody the first century church. Sunday Bible study at 9:30 a.m., worship at 10:30 and 1:30. Visit us on the web at townacreschurchofchrist.org. No one is a stranger at Town Acres Church of Christ.
The game all knotted up at 42 here at the half. Chris, you got them stats ready?
I've got some stats.
All right, have at it, my friend.
Oak Hill was 4 for 8 from three-point range in the first half, so they still aren't taking a lot, but they're shooting 50% out there. 14 out of 22 from two-point range. So for the half, they're 18 for 30. So they're shooting right at 60% from the field, and 2 out of 3 free throws. Rebounding, they're led by the two big boys with 3 rebounds apiece. And that would be Peterson, the senior, 6'7" senior, and Hayes, the 6'5" junior. Three apiece. Yeah, well, that's just a piece. They have 11 for the first half, and they have 6 of the 11.
Oh, okay.
4 turnovers, but when you're shooting 60%, there's not a lot of rebounds to get.
Right.
And they're led by Johnson, their leading scorer, has 12 points, so he's almost got his average of 14 in the first half. McCorkle has 5, and Dubois has hit 3 out of 5 threes. He has 9 points. Peterson has 4 points, and Hayes comes in with 10. So 2 guys in double figures already in the first half, and another one with 9 for the Golden Eagles. For Blackford is 8 out of 18 from three-point range, 44%. 6 out of 13 for two-point range. And total, they are 14 for 31, so just under 50%. 6 out of 7 from the foul line, all those coming from Brandon Strobel. 1 turnover in the half for Blackford, and they are sitting at 11 rebounds, also tied with Oak Hill. Dalton Willman has a team-high 3. Luke finishes the first half with 21 points. Strobel has 14, and that is 35 of Blackford's 42 points. Wars came in with a 5, including the 3-point late. Dalton Willman has 2. So I think one of the big things is Cam Elan's only taken 2 shots. He has got to be a presence in this second half. That was a big factor against Andrean. They've got to keep Wars and Willman involved. And Luke he's 5 of 7 from 3-point range, but he's 3 of 7 from 2-point range. So it's getting a little physical there inside, and we saw him getting bumped around a little bit on a couple of those, but he's also left a couple of them short.
This is exactly the type of game that Blackford needs to play. They need to play a very physical, very aggressive game because they really haven't had to play. I mean, there's some aggressive teams out there. Mississinawa's a very aggressive team, and we lost. There's some other really aggressive teams out there, and we've lost. If we can come away playing physical with this team, not getting into foul trouble, and just play a physical presence and still come away with the win, there's no reason that this team can't go deep into the postseason.
Correct, and they've got to learn how to play. You got to be able to play anyway. You know, whether it's – and they're obviously forcing the tempo. When you score 42 points in the first half against a team that's only allowing 48 points, you're pushing the tempo. Right now, Oak Hill's almost got their offensive average. They're 10 points away from their offensive average as well.
Right.
Blackford's got to find a way to slow them down. And 4 out of 8 three-pointers is pretty good, but, 14 out of 22, they're shooting 65% from two-point range.
Right.
And they've done that a lot this year. But Oak Hill's got to play that way. They know they've got to play physical. They're in a sectional, in a 3A sectional, with Norwell, who's currently 17-1. And
I didn't realize Oak Hill was 3A.
Yes, and Missinawa, who's 13-3, and Norwell beat Missinawa earlier this year by just a few points because I was at that game.
Yep.
And Norwell's main player is a kid named Geiger, who at one point this year was averaging 21 points and 14 rebounds a game. So this is the way Oak Hill's got to play to be successful in their sectional, but they're actually doing Blackford a favor because Blackford's got to learn how to play this way.
Yep.
I have not seen Tipton play, but I'm sure that it's going to be a physical game in the sectional. So that second quarter, Blackford led 26-12 after one quarter, and they were just outscored 30-16 in that quarter. So, again, building the good first quarter lead, but then getting outscored by 14 in that quarter to allow Oak Hill to tie the game up at 42 apiece.
Right. And JCP asked, is Oak Hill in the same class as Blackford? And the answer is no.
Not anymore.
Even though I thought Oak Hill was a 1A just a few years ago.
The way things have shot up, Missinawa used to be a 2A. They're a 3A now.
Yeah.
Marion, I think, is a 4A now.
No, they dropped down to 3A this year.
No, I thought they got bumped up to 4A this year.
Maybe
they were
that's
3A
what it
last
is.
year, yeah.
That's what it is.
And they actually are up in 4A this year. So Grant County's enrollments, you know.
Things are
and,
getting a little crazy around
I also
the area.
know Lakeview is trying to get started back again as well, because I know
really?
Doug Mundy from Lakeview, and he is actually, they've got junior high teams. I don't know if they have a high school, so they're trying to get going again as well.
You know Doug?
Yeah, I actually coached him, and his dad was a superintendent at Blackford. And
are you
and,
serious?
I dealt with him when he was in Indiana Wesleyan.
So
yeah.
you know his wife?
I don't know his wife, but
Tracy?
I've met them, but I know him.
Tracy, at one time, was married to one of my best friends growing up.
Okay.
He's passed on now, but yeah, she has a child by him.
Okay.
Who's well out of high school and whatever. But yeah, I used to work with her, I think. She might have been younger. I worked with her brother, maybe. But, yeah, that's kind of crazy that you know that.
I know that. But, yeah, I mean, rebounding, I see some things on here. They got to block out and get defensive rebounds. The rebounding's 11-11. So, and Oak Hill has been out-rebounded most of the year. They're giving up about 2 more rebounds than they're getting this year. So, but, yeah, you've got to block out those big guys. You know, I'll go back to the block out that Luke had on Parker the other day, where he got down low and nobody, it was like those drills you'd see in practice. Coach takes a shot and you're supposed to block everybody out. Nobody's supposed to touch that ball until the coach blows his whistle, and then you go get it. And that's almost what they need to be doing here, is get them out of the way and then get in there and get the rebounds.
Absolutely, and it looks like we're getting ready to start off here. Blackford should have the ball, and they do.
They just have to come out, and the third quarter's been the Achilles at some of the games I've been at. Second half in general, I guess. Fourth quarter with Winchester. So they need to come out and get going right away in this third quarter.
Absolutely. And Brown with an arm in his face.
Yeah,
tries to get the foul called, but does not.
They
get the ball out to Strobel. Strobel takes it to the other side, gives it to Elam. Elam, that was close. He gets it all the way over to Strobel. Strobel for 3. Just a little bit short. And Oak Hill with the ball, and they're going to push the tempo. McCorkle with the ball. Gets it down to the big guy, and it's going to go out of bounds as Strobel gets a tip on it.
Yeah, they gave them the ball back.
McCorkle to inbound. Off the glass. And Oak Hill takes their first lead of the game. And Brown, again with the double team, steps out, gets it down to Wars. Wars, not sure what happened. Off the glass for 2, ties it back up.
That was a pretty good shot considering, because he lost his footing twice.
Yeah. And McCorkle,
Nope.
That was McCorkle, right?
No, that was 43.
Ah, okay.
That was
shooting
Peterson.
out there. And for 3, good. Brown again with the 3. And it looks like they've got Elam face guarding that number 13 who was hitting all them shots earlier.
Yep.
That's, oh, man, I forgot his name.
They're just going to play him one. That's Du Bois. I believe it's Cody.
Du Bois, that's his name.
Cody, yeah. And they just called an offensive foul.
On 45?
45.
It is on 45.
That's Tristan Hayes. That'll be his first, the 6'5 junior.
And he's down there talking to the official, holding his hands up in the air. It's like, what is you talking about?
You know, I've officiated and I've coached. I don't think I've ever seen an official go, oh, yeah, I think I'll change that call since you're questioning me.
Yeah, right.
Get down
Brown
the court.
Drives, kicks it over to Strobel. Strobel fakes, drives in.
Nice move.
Into the paint. Good job.
Nice
2.
move.
Recognized that the 3 was probably not a great idea. McCorkle now for 3. Hits the top of the.
Oh, my gosh.
The strap is moving, and they don't call it. But the 3 is good.
That was one of those McDonald's commercials where Bird banked it off the wall, I think, wasn't it?
Right. And now Brown with the ball. He shoots the 3. That one's off. Oh, they caught that one.
Yep. Eyesight's better on that end, evidently. And the fans are letting the officials have it.
And they are. 5:50 to go. The Bruins lead by 2. McCorkle slowly bringing the ball up the court. He kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson gets it down low to number 43. 45 gets blocked by Strobel. Oh! Yeah, number 45 is going to the line, shooting 2 with that foul call.
Thought that was pretty good defense there, but I'm a long ways away.
And he misses the first.
And they're living up to their free throw shooting percentage. Hayes is shooting 50% even this year. He's 45 for 90 coming in the game from the foul line.
Wars coming out of the game. Hoover coming back in.
Coach Hoover's discussing something with Wars. But that's one of those, you do got to get him out of there on that one.
Yep. Oh, they get it down to Johnson for the easy bucket.
Yeah, you can't. If they're going to shoot 50% from the foul line and you know it, you got to get them out of there when they miss them.
Absolutely. Brown tries driving in, hands it off to Strobel, drives around. Little finger roll for 2. And now McCorkle's looked like he was going to push it, but slows it down at the volleyball line. Kicks it down to the big guy who gets it down to Johnson on the baseline, but he kicks it back out to the top. Caught him jumping. Oh, and they got the block.
They got that one that time. Then they got a foul on 45 after he missed.
That's number 2 right away. 2 quick ones on number 45.
2 fouls early here in the third quarter.
And now Brown with the ball. Stops, drives in, gets, okay.
Brown with 2.
He gets the layup, and McCorkle immediately brings the ball up the field, the court.
That gives Brown 26, and Strobel has 18 now.
McCorkle steps for 3. That one's going to be no good. Another offensive rebound by Oak Hill. 45 calls for McCorkle to come and get the ball, and he does. McCorkle drives to the near side, right in the same spot. Fakes down low to Johnson. No good, but the rebound, again, no blocking out by the Bruins. 53-51, 4:10 to go. Brown steps over, gives it up to Strobel. Elam, you had it, buddy. Brown misses. Rebound to Oak Hill. And Blackford, again, as always, getting killed on the defensive rebounds. I only saw one Bruin in there, and that was Stephen Hoover.
Well, Oak Hill has 5 rebounds this quarter, and 3 of them have been offensive, and that's just from the 2 big boys.
Right.
So they've
and we've got a timeout, Blackford. And I don't know how long it's going to be, but we are going to take a quick timeout as well.
Full timeout.
It is a full. Nice.
Auto sales and service with Scott Confer and crew have over 85 years of experience in the auto sales and service area. Since 1946, Huggins has been a name you can trust to get you the car or truck you need and providing you with all of your service department needs from their highly trained ASC master technicians. Located at 2603 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Or you can see their inventory at hugginsshowroom.com.
I seen it. All right, I don't remember. Is this Blackford ball on the baseline? No. So it is McCorkle to inbound. Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't know why they just hit the buzzer.
Not real sure either, but they let it go.
13
and
Du Bois.
No good. Rebound by Johnson. Man, alive.
They aren't keeping any of them off the boards now.
No. And the fans now hollering rebound to the Bruins. Brown with the ball on the corner. He gets it over to Elam, steps up for a 2, and that one's off the mark. Rebound by Johnson. A 3, no good. Rebound by Willman. And he throws it away, gives it right up to the big guy. And it should be a charge, but it's not. It's a block. And Willman's going to pick up his 3rd. And the fans for Blackford just definitely not liking the call.
43, that is Peterson.
Peterson with his first shot, and it's good. They take the lead once again.
And he is a 52% free throw shooter.
Willman takes a seat, and Hoover comes back in. And he hits number 2. They take the lead by 2. Now Strobel's going to bring the ball up the court. Gets it over to Elam. Elam dribbles it back out to Strobel. Strobel back to Elam. Elam looking for Brown. Can't find him, but they're still trying. Strobel back to Elam. Elam gives it back to Brown at the top. Brown steps over from the screen. Off the glass, no good.
Oh.
Gets the foul by number 43. That is his third.
Yes,
for
Peterson's third. And this is going to be Brown's first trip to the line tonight.
Caleb trying to. Brown hits his first. Caleb trying to correct everybody's misspelling of Strobel.
Oh.
And hits his second, tying it up again. And we've got a substitution. Number 25 comes in for 43.
What's that, Caleb? They didn't spell Strobel with a 3?
2:33 on the clock. 55s here in the third. McCorkle stands at the top on the O. Hands it over, gives it back to McCorkle. Big guy steps in. And McCorkle for 3, drains it.
Well, they've stepped up their outside game tonight, and they're 4 for 7 from the foul line, so that's pretty much on target.
Strobel back to, Brown back to Strobel, to Wars to Hoover. Hoover's going to try driving in.
Oh, and they called an offensive foul. That's Hoover's second foul. And 2 of the Blackford 4 turnovers have come on offensive fouls. Blackford's down 58-55, just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
The big guy throws it off the backboard. Rebound goes to Hoover. Now Brown with the ball. He shoots the little jumper, and it's good. No foul called, and Brown definitely wanted that one. And now McCorkle with the ball. Gives it to the big guy.
They've got Brown on Johnson now.
Johnson and Brown. Oh!
Had a pick sit on him, and it looks like, what's he going to call? Oh.
Blackford ball, they called a kick on Johnson.
And that's unusual because they usually would call that on the offense as if you're trying to advance the ball. Maybe they considered he was trying to kick it to a teammate, I guess.
Right. And Brown slowing the ball down. The Bruins trailing by 1 here in the third, late in the third. The clock winding down to 1 minute. Strobel with the ball.
Still need to get Elam involved here. I don't think he's scored
Back
yet
to Elam.
tonight.
Yes. Back to Strobel. Strobel steps, drives in, misses the layup, but rebound goes to Wars. And Wars
they're going to call travel.
Is going to travel. That's why you don't fake going up. You just go up.
Go up, let them
Both
foul
of
you.
them had their hands straight out like this.
Yep.
Let the foul happen. You can't give a team like Oak Hill here at their home the momentum like that. You've already had a charge called on you. Now you're traveling while you're 2 feet under the basket. McCorkle with the ball. The clock down to 40 seconds.
He looked like he switched his feet. I heard somebody yell travel.
And Hoover's going to get called, and I did too.
And I don't know if that came from our bench, but he did switch pivot feet while I was up there at the top.
Can't catch them all.
Oh, I did. Or at least that's my story.
McCorkle drives in to the block, kicks it over to 13, who's on the baseline, and he hits the bucket.
That's his first 2-point shot of the night.
The clock now down under 20. Brown with the ball.
That was actually Blackford's opportunity to get a charge, and nobody
Wars
was there.
for three. No good. Rebound, Oak Hill.
I don't know what they're calling.
Like, who they call it on? Oh, 25 of Oak Hill. And they have two officials that had called it. So now it's Blackford ball with 10.6 on the clock.
And that is Mason McKinney's second foul of the night. He's a 6'3 junior.
And now the officials calling a whistle, telling the Oak Hill bench to sit down.
Yep.
They get it to Brown. Brown misses.
He's not getting any calls tonight as far as any contact.
And there is a lot of contact. The last second shot is up. It's no good. And that's going to take us into the fourth quarter. The Bruins now trail 60-57 here at Oak Hill.
From neck, back, or joint pain, Clear Choice Chiropractic can help. From neck pain, migraines, stress, or a colicky baby, Clear Choice Chiropractic has the tools necessary to help you live pain-free. Call Dr. Malia Robertson today at 765-329-5044 and schedule an appointment. Don't live another day in pain. Call now, 765-329-5044, or stop in and visit them at 1501 North Walnut Street in Hartford City.
This quarter brought to you by Huggins Auto Sales and Service. Scott Confer, the owner. Give him a call at 765-348-3410 or visit his online showroom at hugginsshowroom.com. Special thanks to the AmVets and everyone who's there watching at the AmVets tonight with the watch party. Also thanks to Captured by Christie's Photography. Give her a call, 765-499-3111. That's 765-499-3111. All right, the Bruins just now breaking huddle. Not much bench action tonight. The only bench player I've seen has been Stephen Hoover.
Blackford was out rebounded 9-4 in that quarter.
Oak Hill seems to just be putting themselves in good position to get the rebounds. It doesn't help it helps that you have two 6-foot-plus players, but you still have to put yourself in that position. All right, number 25 hands it over to 15 to Peterson. Peterson misses. A nice block out by Wars. Hands it over to Brown. Brown's going to slowly bring it up the court. Kicks it over to Wars. Wars dribbles over to Brown. Brown steps for the three. Passes it to Elam. Elam misses.
Short.
Wars gets the rebound.
Nice
saves
save.
it into Elam. Elam back out to Strobel. Strobel at the top of the key. Steps out. He's going to reset. Wars for three. No good.
They're staying tight on Dubois and McCorkle. Brown on one, Elam on the other.
And Dubois that's going to be a foul on. No, they're calling it out of bounds.
Yep, he bounced it off his leg.
Luke with 30 is correct. McCorkle's going to inbound. He does get it into 43. That's an easy inbound right there. And Peterson's going to dribble out to the top of the key. He did carry, no call, as the fans were calling for it. They kick it out to 25. He's driving baseline. Good. Oak Hill now just controlling everything here at their school.
That's McKinney's
Brown
first
gets
basket.
tripped, and it is going to be a foul on number 25.
Wasn't too sure.
And Brown is not getting up. We're going to pull away here for just a second.
That's McKinney's third foul.
When you don't call the fouls in the beginning, it's hard to call them in the end.
Yep.
And Luke's down there having a conversation with the official saying, hey, I'm getting fouled all over this game. Let's start calling something. And the official looks like he's having a talk with him and telling him, hey, that's not what's going on. We'll call the game how we choose. And now Elam to inbound to Brown. Brown fakes the three. Steps over towards the top of the arc. Steps for the three, but kicks it out to Wars. Wars dribbles. Back out to Strobel for three. Good! The Bruins cut it to 2 now. McCorkle with the ball.
That is 21 for Brandon Strobel
McCorkle
now.
with a 12-footer. Misses into Strobel's hands. And Johnson's going to tip it out of Strobel's hands. Blackford ball right straight across the court. Brown gets the ball. All right. Looks like they were doing, and now they're double teaming, trying to get the trap. Brown breaks free from it, kicks it over to Strobel. Strobel's going to drive to the top of the arc. They've cut off the lane now. And Brown shoots the long-range three off the mark. Rebound to Wars. And the putback to tie it back up.
That's Wars' 5th rebound of the game, and that gets him to 9 points.
All right, McCorkle to the big guy. Big guy to Johnson. Johnson to Peterson. Back to Johnson. Johnson drives over for a 12-footer. No good.
Nice tip. Willman blocked out and tipped it away there.
Yes, he did. It looked like maybe a little over the back, but not called. Or as my official friend likes to tell me, it's not an over the back, it's just a push. What do we have here?
It bounced up and got Elam in the face, so it was out on him.
We're calling a foul here.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
On Dalton Willman.
That's 4 on Willman.
Willman not happy, and Hoover looked like he was giving him the fist pump, like to say, hey, keep going.
Hey, it's a hard game tonight, and Willman's one of the leading rebounders with 5. He, Strobel, and Wars each have 5 rebounds tonight.
And now we're down to 4:50 on the clock. Back to McCorkle. McCorkle gets it down on the block, and that should be a charge. Oh, come on.
And that is Willman's 5th.
He was planted and still got called for the block. Sitting there for a good second to 2 seconds. And the fans not happy with that call.
I kind of see why the fans are upset in that point. Again, we're an awful far away.
Yep.
But they've called charge a couple times on Blackford this evening, and if that isn't going to be a charge with Dalton literally sitting there waiting, I'm not sure we're going to get one.
No, definitely not going to get one. Sorry for the third quarter. We are in the fourth. And again, Hoover in for the Bruins. They get the ball, and they're going to get the foul on number 45.
That's Hoover.
Picks up his 3rd.
That's 4. That's Hoover's 4th.
We're going to run out of players here if we keep going.
I'm out of eligibility. Not that I could help, but
he hits the first to bring the lead to 1.
And that's Hayes's. That's 1 out of 4 from the foul line tonight for him.
And the second is good.
We'll see
now
if
Strobel going to bring the ball.
We'll see if that free throw shooting comes into play. Blackford with 7 team fouls already, so Oak Hill is in the bonus from here on out.
Brown fakes, steps, fakes again, back out to the top. Brown versus McCorkle. Then Johnson comes in. They kick it over to Elam, down to Strobel on the corner. Back out to Brown. Brown fakes the 3, steps back out.
He's going to get a pick from Wars.
It does no good. He does step, and it looked like it was a little tip, but he drains the 3. And the Bruins take the lead one more time.
That is 7 for 12 now for Luke from three-point range.
And now they've got the big guy at the top of the key. McCorkle over to Peterson to Johnson on the far side. The pick, Johnson all the way around. Good, out of bounds. Oh!
Lots of contact there for nothing, and it's hard to see who hit that.
45 had his hand with the ball.
Well,
that's hard not to see.
Okay.
I don't know.
I couldn't
I don't
see.
get it. A lot of calls like that tonight. They get it off the glass and it goes in.
That is 43. Peterson gives him 10 points on the night. He is the fourth Oak Hill player to reach double digits. Brown looked like he was going to go to the hole, and he decided to bring it back out.
Elam with the ball. Takes it to the top to Strobel. Strobel over to Elam. Back to Wars. Wars over to Brown. Brown fakes the pass down to Elam. Dribbling back out. Kicks it over to Strobel for three.
Oh.
Off the mark.
Oh, Elam was there, but just wasn't able to get it.
And they off the glass for two. And this Oak Hill fan base is getting into this game. Brown steps, dribbles, round, three, no good, but
Nice
rebound by Hoover. We got it out to Wars at the top here. Wars holding on to it, gives it over to Strobel. Strobel's going to drive in, but he gets from behind, and not sure. It's going to be Blackford ball, maybe?
Yeah,
somebody kick
so.
it? I'm not sure.
All I saw was him pointing to a knee, so I'm assuming that might have been kicking.
I guess. Struggling to get it in. They do to Strobel, just barely in enough time.
He's in the
Strobel's
lane.
going to get fouled.
Okay.
Before the shot, the foul is on McCorkle. That is his third.
And that last basket by Johnson gives him 20 on the evening, which is 6 above his average on the year.
Brown with the ball. The Bruins trail by 3. Brown drives in, gets fouled, no call, off the glass for 2. I guess I'm a little. I don't understand.
45. That's Hayes. That gives him 14 on the night. Brown's last basket took him to 35. It's a 3-point game.
Brown steps for 3. That one's off the mark.
Wars
Rebound
right
by
there.
Wars. Keeps him within 1. McCorkle with the ball. 1:40 on the clock. Drives in. Brown's going to get hit with the foul.
Yeah, he reached before McCorkle got away
Yep.
with the push. And they're going to have timeout.
Nope, so they called the timeout before the foul happened.
Yeah.
So with that timeout, we'll be right back. The Bruins trail by 1, 70-69 at Oak Hill High School.
American veterans, or AMVETS. Our mission is to help all veterans secure the benefits they're entitled to as part of their enlistment. If you're a veteran and have never registered with the VA, contact us to discover all the benefits you may be entitled to. Our service officers are local in VA hospitals in Fort Wayne, Marion, and Indianapolis. They're certified to file a VA claim for you and see it through at no charge to you. Contact AMVETS at the number listed below.
We've got a chant of Blackford Bruins happening here at Oak Hill. And it looks like Oak Hill is trying to get in on the chants. But I don't know that they can overpower the Blackford fan base.
They're playing for an opportunity to try to stay in the conference and win the horseshoe. And
Yep, 70-69. Oak Hill leads by 1. 1:34 on the clock. Grant Banner says they're going to hold the ball.
Just, you know what, that isn't a terrible thing. When you have a 53% team free throw shooting percentage, Johnson at 67, Hayes 64. McCorkle's the only one that really, he's shooting 86% out there. He's the only one I'd say you don't want to foul.
Right. Peterson drives in off the glass. He misses.
Strobel.
And it looks like Oak Hill's going to get the foul. Pretty sure maybe Peterson. No, number 21. And that is going to put Blackford at bonus.
That's Johnson's second foul. And, yeah, both teams are going to shoot 1-1 the rest of the night.
By the way, Bob, both teams have about similar records in their overall and their conference. And he ties it up with that one, Strobel.
Blackford is 13-5 and 5-1 in the conference. Oak Hill is 10-7 and 4-1 in the conference.
Austin Murray, it is 9:08.
Oh,
he misses.
43.
Oh,
Gets
but
rebound. Hoover took it away.
Oh, he didn't. He was looking for the foul call, but Brown gets the rebound. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, guys.
Now I can't see. And it's a block.
A block. I don't see who it's on. 45. That's his third foul. So a minute 13 on the clock. 70s tied up. Sorry, Chris.
No. You can probably see from the camera. I couldn't see anything.
No, I had the camera down at this end.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to put it down there for the shot.
And I didn't see who got fouled.
What do we have? A timeout by
Somebody's
Blackford.
called timeout, yes.
Can't see anything. I don't know whether it's a 30 or a full, but we're going to take a timeout.
You looking for a used car at an affordable price? Call Dave Montgomery at Dave's Car Corner. He has the nicest used cars on the market, and you just can't beat the friendly service that Dave Montgomery provides. Located at 1225 North Walnut Street in Hartford City.
If you're
Close
consistent
game.
and you
Yes.
call it both ways, I'm okay. But when
Yes.
you've called 2 or 3 charges one way and then Dalton Willman gets fouled out on making a good play.
Yes. I don't mind a game like Andrean. I don't mind
No.
a game like Northwestern or
Right.
any of those other close games.
Right.
But when it's come down to officiating.
And I don't want to say this on air.
Well,
but
you're saying it.
Okay, I won't do it then. I won't do it.
I stopped just in time,
There you
Chris.
did. I was getting
Just
ready
in
to.
time.
There was one county that I was getting ready to blurt out, and I'll leave it alone.
You don't want to do that.
I won't do it.
But, hey, as we've always said, we're all the way, like we're literally, the wall is right behind us.
I mean,
So we're, probably a good 100 feet away,
yeah, at least.
give or take.
Yep.
We don't
Hey, you
see
know
it.
what?
We can only see what we see up here.
This is a conference game, and we said they have to start taking every game like it's sectional. So, the atmosphere is there. There's no reason not to.
Absolutely. And Brown shooting his second. He puts us in the lead by 1.
1:13 to go.
The second shot is up and good. Lead now to 2. A minute 10 on the clock. And Oak Hill gets the ball over to Peterson. And they're trying to get the ball down on the block to number 45.
Right now, McCorkle's the only one I really don't want to see shooting because he's shooting well outside, and he's got an 80.
Oh, and Brown gets the stuff.
Nice
Blackford
play.
gets the ball. And now Blackford should slow this down.
Yep.
Come away with a really good shot selection here.
Now they're going to have to foul, and
And nope,
somebody's
timeout by the Eagles.
Nope. He's warning Oak Hill's coach, Renbarger, for being out of his box.
Oh, I apologize. I did
Yeah.
say timeout, but that's not the case.
No, he had moved his way out onto the court actually there, so I think that's why, and that's a safety thing. And actually, it could have hurt Oak Hill if they get a steal and he heads down to their end of the court and trips over their own coach.
Right. You don't want to have, what was that NFL play where
Oh, geez.
the coach actually stuck his foot out? So I can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
But Strobel kicks it over to Wars. Wars drives in.
30
He's
seconds.
going to get fouled by number 21.
Yep.
That's Johnson's third foul. So Oak Hill right now playing with 4 players with 3 fouls. Blackford has, No, I mean on the court right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Blackford, Stephen Hoover, and Wars comes through with a clutch free throw.
He was 4 for 4 the other night at the end of the game to seal that at Northwestern.
That's right, he was.
Stepping up, and Wars has 12 points right now.
And the fans on their feet, nervous as Wars takes this second shot. It's up, and it does. It bounces in and out and back in again. And now McCorkle's going to bring the ball over to across the timeline. Brown playing defense. They get it to Johnson down low.
Johnson got
scores.
the baseline.
And a quick timeout called by Oak Hill's coach. With 17.2, Oak Hill trails by.
Town Acres Church of Christ in Muncie, a friendly congregation striving for biblical truth. Only 20 minutes south of Hartford City on Reagan Road, just west of the Muncie Bypass. Town Acres has classes for all, loves visitors, and works to embody the first century church. Sunday Bible study at 9:30 a.m., worship at 10:30 and 1:30. Visit us on the web at townacreschurchofchrist.org. No one is a stranger at Town Acres Church of Christ.
All right, we are back. There's 17.2 on the clock. The fans are stomping on the stands, so that's why our clock camera is way off. But you said right now we need to get the ball into Luke's hands and let them foul him.
Yeah, Oak Hill's got 9 fouls or one. Nick's fouls, double bonus. Who do you want at the foul line? Got to be the top free throw shooter in the state.
That's absolutely right, and it looks like they don't want Blackford to inbound it, but they do. They get it in the hands of Strobel. Strobel's going to get – no, he doesn't
didn't call
get
the foul.
And that one is called.
They pushed Strobel twice and tried to get the foul called on him, and he was able to get to Luke before they blew their whistle.
Yeah.
Hey, a mistake in our favor.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Well, either one of those,
That's true.
I would take either one of them at the line.
Exactly.
And right now, Brown is going to go to the line. He gets to shoot a pair to increase this lead if he hits them both.
And Strobel is 7 for 9 from the line tonight.
And his first is good. The Bruins now lead 75-72 with 11.7 on the clock. Brown shooting his second of 3. The Oak Hill fans starting to get rowdy. And he misses, but he gets his own rebound. And he jumps back out. He hands the ball over to Strobel. Strobel's going to hold on to it. The foul by number 21, Johnson, is going to give him his 5th. And he is fouled out of the game with 6.2. Now Strobel's going to go to the line, shooting a pair.
And Johnson fouls out with 22 points.
That's impressive. 22.
His average was 14, so 8 points over his average. And what a way to follow your shot. Nobody was at the free throw line but Luke from Blackford. And he gets his own rebound.
4 Oak Hill players, I think his miss even shocked them.
Yes. You're probably right. They stood and watched and now
got caught with their pants down.
Yeah, Strobel's got a chance to put it away here.
And there's one. The lead now extends to 4. What do you do in this situation when you're down on the other end?
Let him go down and shoot.
Don't foul.
Yeah.
And he misses. And we've got a quick timeout by the Oak Hill coach, and we're just going to keep it right here unless it's a full. It is a full timeout.
Strobel is 8 for 11 now from the line. That gives him 23 points. Luke's last free throw took him to 38. So 61 points between Strobel and Luke.
All right, let's go ahead and get into this break real quick. We'll be right back with 5.3 seconds remaining.
An insurance claim suffered to your home or business and not quite sure if you're getting the settlement you deserve? If so, contact Jeremy and the team of CMA Claim Management Adjusters for a free claim consultation. Nationally recognized as one of the nation's most respected public adjusting firms, CMA handles all types of insurance claims: fire, theft, hail, flood, and many more. Large or small, we settle them all, ensuring you get everything you're entitled to. Contact CMA today for a free consultation at 844-CMA-9110 or visit their website at www.claimmanagementadjusters.com.
I just let them do what they're going to do. And
it looks like 15, Beagle is going to take the ball out. And now we just hit the horn again just to scare everybody. Beagle gets it into McCorkle. McCorkle's going to bring it up in the corner to Du Bois.
Letting the clock run down.
And I don't think it was going to count.
It looked like they were waving their hands off. With that, Blackford wins 76-72 here at Oak Hill, which, as you said before the game, is not only the first time they've ever won here, but we get to take the horseshoe home with us tonight.
Correct. And Blackford, that makes them 6-1 in the conference, so they can watch for that Franklin-Miss-Cinewall score. And if Franklin can somehow pull an upset off, although they are playing at home, that would clinch a tie for the crown.
But Miss Cinewall would hold the tiebreaker, right?
There is no tiebreaker. If you tie, you tie.
You tie, so
Yep.
you just be
co-champ.
Co-champion.
Yep.
Hey, I'll take it. At
That's
this
right.
point, the Bruins seem to be coming on strong here late in the season. So I'm going to let you add up your stats. We're going to play some ads, and we'll be right back after this.
We're the American Veterans, or AMVETS. Our mission is to help all veterans secure the benefits they're entitled to as part of their enlistment. If you're a veteran and have never registered with the VA, contact us to discover all the benefits you may be entitled to. Our service officers are local in VA hospitals in Fort Wayne, Marion, and Indianapolis. They're certified to file a VA claim for you and see it through at no charge to you. Contact AMVETS at the number listed below.
Are you suffering from neck, back, or joint pain? Clear Choice Chiropractic can help. From neck pain, migraines, stress, or a colicky baby, Clear Choice Chiropractic has the tools necessary to help you live pain-free. Call Dr. Malia Robertson today at 765-329-5044 and schedule an appointment. Don't live another day in pain. Call now, 765-329-5044, or stop in and visit them at 1501 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Do you have an insurance claim suffered to your home or business and not quite sure if you're getting the settlement you deserve? If so, contact Jeremy and the team of CMA Claim Management Adjusters for a free claim consultation. Nationally recognized as one of the nation's most respected public adjusting firms, CMA handles all types of insurance claims: fire, theft, hail, flood, and many more. Large or small, we settle them all, ensuring you get everything you're entitled to. Contact CMA today for a free consultation at 844-CMA-9110 or visit their website at www.claimmanagementadjusters.com. Are you looking for a used car at an affordable price? Call Dave Montgomery at Dave's Car Corner. He has the nicest used cars on the market, and you just can't beat the friendly service that Dave Montgomery provides. Located at 1225 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Huggins Auto Sales and Service with Scott Confer and crew have over 85 years of experience in the auto sales and service area. Since 1946, Huggins has been a name you can trust to get you the car or truck you need and providing you with all of your service department needs from their highly trained ASE master technicians. Located at 2603 North Walnut Street in Hartford City, or you can see their inventory at hugginsshowroom.com.
Town Acres Church of Christ in Muncie, a friendly congregation striving for biblical truth. Only 20 minutes south of Hartford City on Reagan Road, just west of the Muncie Bypass. Town Acres has classes for all, loves visitors, and works to embody the first century church. Sunday Bible study at 9:30 a.m., worship at 10:30 and 1:30. Visit us on the web at townacreschurchofchrist.org. No one is a stranger at Town Acres Church of Christ.
Have you seen anything on Frankton, Miss Cinewall?
Frankton, Miss Cinewall?
I'm talking to a guy from Marion right now.
Okay.
Oh, we don't care about Marion, even though that's nice that they won. How many JK end up with?
JK had 30.
Holy cow.
Longhorn had 33. Goolsby 18 and Jones 21. That's a lot of scoring.
Nice. So, hey, Chris, you'll get a kick out of this. So I told you that that I have family that goes to Mrs. Cinewall.
Yeah.
And I got this text message that says, the shoe is a technicality, the horseshoe. He said, we beat both of y'all.
It wouldn't have been if they won it, right?
Still don't get the Traveler. I've logged a complaint with the IHSAA.
Oh, my God.
Oh, by the way, Mrs. Cinewall won.
Did they?
Yes. He said he's not sure of the score. All right, hey, we are live again, buddy. With tonight's 23, where is Strobel on the 1K count?
I got you just a second. I just wrote it down. He is at 958.
958. 42 more points needed by Brandon Strobel. Brandon, if you're watching this, don't try.
And
you just keep being you,
yep.
and don't worry about that points.
Luke is up to 1855.
1855. So he needs 145 to move past 2,000 on the career. All right, so again, Bruins win 76-72. So Mississinawa does pick up the win. They are your CIC champs. Blackford in a solid second place, but they have the shoe, and Mississinawa does not, brother.
Yeah. And it's not a technicality. It's silver. If you'd like to see it, I'm sure it'll be in the trophy case until next year.
It sure will. All right, you ready for those stats, Chris?
I got some stats here. We'll go through Oak Hill first. Clay McCorkle was 3 for 6 from three-point range, 1 for 3 from two-point range for 11 points. Kobe Dubois, 3 for 7 from three-point range. All of those in the first half. 1 for 1 from two-point for 11. Landon Beagle, 0 for 2 from three-point, 1 for 1 and 2 points. Taj Johnson, 10 for 15 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, 22 points. Mason McKinney, 1 for 1 for 2 points. Ryan Peterson, 4 for 8, 2 for 2 from the line, 10 points. Tristan Hayes, 6 for 9, 2 for 5, 14 points. Oak Hill ends up 6 for 15 from three-point range, 40%, 24 for 38 from two-point range. They are 6 for 9 from the foul line, finish with 72 points. They had 24 rebounds, 8 turnovers, and Ryan Peterson led them in rebounds with 9. Tristan Hayes finishes with 5. Blackford, by the way, outscores Oak Hill in the fourth quarter, 19-12, to come away with that 4-point win.
Hey, before you get into Blackford,
yeah,
Mississinawa wins 50-48 with a buzzer beater.
Oh, 50 to. I knew playing at Frankton it would be tough, and so it sounds like a buzzer beater came between Blackford and sharing the conference championship with Mississinawa.
Yes, and as everybody's saying, this is the type of win that you have to have if you're the Bruins.
This is 2 games in a row that they're setting themselves up
right
for a great run, hopefully.
They held tight with Andrean. They beat Northwestern, and now we come into Oak Hill and win against Oak Hill when we were what I had a couple fans coming up to me during the break and saying it's hard to win when you play 5-on-8, but they did it tonight.
Well, and you played Oak Hill's the state champs from 17-18. Andrean's the state champs from 18-19. Northwestern's just a fantastic team. That's a 3A school.
Yes.
And you win 2 out of 3, and we're that close to winning the other one.
Right.
They're doing what they need to do to get ready for the sectional. And like we were talking about, this was the most physical game, and we saw several comments.
Oh, yes.
This is the most physical game they've had all year, and I'll throw this out at you. They ended up winning the rebound competition 25-24.
Are you serious?
And it was that last offensive rebound by Luke. But we had Strobel with 6. Wars with 6, Willman with 5. It was everybody. Luke with 3, Hoover with 3, and Cam with 2. So everybody contributed to the rebounding as well as the rest of the game. But, so 76-72, that's a huge win, and your first win at Oak Hill. That's a good way to get going. And Blackford improves to 14-5 with the win. And unless Eastbrook would knock Mississinawa off a week from tonight, at Mississinawa, the Indians will be your CIC champs, and Blackford will have to settle for second. But they did.
Is there a trophy for that?
No.
I didn't think there was.
Participation trophies not existing in the conference.
That's what I thought.
But they are 6-1, and they did pretty much solidify second place in the conference.
No, for first place. Is there a trophy for first place?
Oh, yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oak Hill drops to 10-8. But again, like we talked about, they've got a pretty tough road to hoe being in the 3A sectional.
Yes,
for Blackford, Dalton Willman, 1 for 1, 2 points. That came in the second quarter. Cam struggled tonight, and he was MIA, and they need to get him back present and contributing every game, but he was 0 for 5, 0 for 3 from three-point, 0 for 2 from two-point. Brandon Strobel hits 3 out of 10 three-pointers, 3 of 6 from two-point range, 8 for 11 from the foul line, 23 points on the night. Luke, 7 for 13 from three-point range, 6 for 12 from two-point, 5 of 6 from the foul line, 38 points, 3 rebounds, none bigger than the last one, 5 assists this evening. Stephen Hoover is 0 for 1 from three-point, 0 for 1 from two-point, finishes with 3 rebounds, did not get in the scoring column. Max Wars, 1 for 5 from three-point, 4 for 4 from two-point, 2 for 2 from the line, finishes with 13 points. Only 4 Bruins get in the scoring column, 3 of them in double figures. Blackford finishes 11 for 32 from three-point range, 14 of 26 from two-point range, and an exceptional 15 of 19 from the foul line. So not only did they hit 15 of 19, but they got to the line 10 more times than the home team.
Oh, wow.
So as much as we're talking about officiating here,
they
did shoot 10 more foul shots than the host Oak Hill Eagles this evening.
Right. So Luke apparently is now tied for 112th on the all-time scoring list, 1 spot ahead of Yogi Farrell.
And he solidified his lead in the state scoring, obviously, with he was averaging 33.1 coming in. He finishes with 38. So he'll probably be right around maybe 33 and a half now, and still leading the state. But, more important than the scoring and where people rank in scoring.
Blackford picks up a really tough, hard-fought win.
Yeah, they're doing things. People question them all year, depending on where you get. And some people want to question everything that Blackford does right now, and that's okay. But 14 and 5. That was win number 45 for Coach Hoover. They recently just picked up their 500th program win. Everything is going in the right direction. And a week ago, they lost just a heartbreaker to Andrean, and you bounce back and you win 2 games, not just against great opponents, but on the road.
On the road.
In their buildings, and their crowds have come out to support their team, and obviously Oak Hill got that lead, and the crowd was going crazy.
Yep. Hard to play in an environment, in a hostile environment, and by hostile I mean with the other crowd. Cheering on their people and or their players.
And getting thrown out.
Yes, exactly.
But, this is what they need. They're 14 and 5. They've got Southern Wells, Wabash, Burris, and APA left. So, worst case scenario, they're going to be 17 and 5, and they're going to have to play well at Wabash, another one of those tests on the road. Wabash is a good team.
Which, by the way, Wabash, if you're planning on going to that game, you better get there early.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because they are a lot smaller than Oak Hill.
Absolutely.
Their gymnasium is a lot smaller. They're actually kicking out media. They're not letting every media company come in. We were able to get in, so we thank them for that. But I got an email today. They're only allowing, I think it was 6 media companies. No, it was 5. 5 media companies. Ed Thurman and I are the only 2 that are away media. The other 3 are home media.
That may be 20% of their seating capacity.
And it may be. So if they're kicking out media because they don't have enough room, that means they're expecting a capacity crowd. And everybody, if you're planning on being there, you either need to get there early or, and I hate to say it, stay home, watch us right here on BSN, or listen to us on Ed Thurman's radio call.
WPGW.
Yes.
Yeah. And I see Chris Smith says Wabash is a tough. Wabash has kind of had their ups and downs this year. They did lose one of their main players from last year, but they've still got their shooters. And they've won some big games already. They play Warsaw either tonight or tomorrow. I can't remember which it is. And playing in their gym, yes, it's going to be tough.
Yes.
It's going to be
it
tough.
Always is.
It's another challenge. It's another one of those games that get you ready for tournament run.
Yes.
And But they shot the ball extremely well last year. They lost in the regional to Frankton last year at Lapel, and then Frankton turned around and lost to Andran, who ended up winning the state. So
Right.
Wabash has been tested too. So that game, when they do go to Wabash, is definitely going to be. It'll be another one of these games.
I was getting ready to say,
unfortunately,
Wabash is another physical team. They like to get down. They like to bang bodies with their opponents, and they're not afraid to do it. Somebody was asking if Hoover was the only one off the bench that got to play, and I'm pretty sure that's an accurate statement.
Let's see here. I'm going to look real quick. Elam. Yeah. Yes, he was.
And I'm no coach, but I think that's something that the Bruins have to get away from. When your players are playing, 32 minutes of solid basketball and only one guy is coming in and out, you've got to get that rotation. They had that rotation at the beginning of the season, and it seemed to be working really well, but they've gotten away from that here late. And I'd like to see them get more of those bench players and give these starters a little bit more of a break.
I think when that could have an impact is if you're making a run in a sectional, and let's say you draw the long way and you have to play Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, that back-to-back, that second game, which is the championship, we've seen Luke Tuesday at Northwestern and again tonight.
Yeah.
In that fourth quarter, he's getting tired.
Yes.
And in a physical game like this, when you're getting knocked around on top of being tired,
Yep. And then you have
that depth, even if you can give somebody a 2 or 3 minute blow,
Yeah.
I think it's important.
Yep, give them just a little bit of a break and let them come right back in. It doesn't have to be, you're playing your bench 16 minutes of the 32. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying give them that breather, let them get a drink of water, come off the court, and then get back in there and finish out the game.
And plus that gives those guys that are getting the opportunity to do that to get some confidence so you don't play for 2 weeks and the first time I need you is because I got 2 guys in foul trouble in the sectional.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Tim, the non-sports guy, says you can always come to his watch party at the AMVETS, and of course that is another great option to watch that game. Any closing remarks?
It's good to see Blackford on the upswing right now, and I mean that more they're playing some tough competition.
Yes.
They have tested themselves this year, and these last 3 games, I think, are just proof that they're doing the right things as we get closer and closer to the sectional.
Yep.
And the draw's a week from Sunday. It'll be here before we know it. And we're talking we're down to 4 games left. So
absolutely. And we come out next week. We have a game. Friday is Burris, right? Saturday is Wabash, and then we come back, and I don't remember.
We got Southern Wells coming up, too.
Yeah, Southern Wells is after those 2,
Okay.
and then it's Anderson Prep to finish out the season.
Final, yeah.
So we've got some what you would call quote-unquote. Yeah, I just.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, because the Burris game is when a lot of people asked last time when Mr. Grimes might be eligible, and it's the Burris game, so he'll be able to play the last couple then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Last 2 or 3 is, I believe, is what he'll be able to
Yes.
play. All right. If that's all you've got, Chris.
I do want to thank you, and thanks to all the people that sent me messages and the compliments. I'm just appreciate the opportunity to even be a part of this and to get to see Blackford doing well, and what you're doing is great, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for coming over. The other guys, like I said, got caught up in Valentine's Day. Grant never did tell me why he wasn't going to be able to broadcast, but I'm sure it had something to do with Valentine's Day as well. But when you've been married for over 20 years, Valentine's Day just doesn't mean the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we knew we had a busy schedule at my house this week, so the roses and the candy came Wednesday because we knew the rest of the weekend was going to be busy.
We don't do that business in my house. You'd be lucky if you get a peck on the cheek from me.
The kids kind of make your schedule when you get older.
Yeah,
so.
Isn't that the truth? All right, for Chris Landis, I'm Steve Hurd, and we'll see you guys next Friday at home.